Another day, another box coaching episode. We are at episode 38, right? About that, somewhere in there. We had a lot of games on a Sunday. That was a lot of fun, especially with the NFL also going on. I had a lot of fun watching basketball and the American football stuff and all, with my Niners winning. So an enjoyable Sunday. Let's talk about all the games. Before we do that, if you enjoy basketball, talk, debate, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts about the games, about my opinions, your opinions. Leave a like, subscribe, and stay blessed, everyone. We start in Brooklyn as the Nets win against the Portland Trailblazers and are now 10 and 11. And this game was pretty tight, but it got out of hand at the end of the third, start of the fourth quarter, and the Nets never looked back. As the Blazers are still missing Dame, and I'm pretty sure he should be coming back next week, or at least he should be re-evaluated. And he should be back soon, hopefully, for this Blazers team that is, without him, of course, going a little down in the standings, not winning that many games. They're still competing really well, but they need Dame there to be there to complement with Anthony Simons, who today struggled from the field for 14, 15 points. Jeremy Grant continues to be sensational, 29, 4 and 5. Could Jeremy Grant get to the All-Star game instead of Dame from Portland? Maybe. Since he's playing and he's averaging some good numbers. He's been shooting the lights out from the basketball if he keeps this up. 100% he can. The bench, they didn't have much of a bench today, so it's a rough loss for them. But as I keep saying, they need Dame back, and we all know that. For the Nets, a good win. Their defense was solid, as they didn't even give up more than 100 points. Kyrie was solid with 22, 5 and 6. KD 31, 5 and 5. Ben 2, 12 and 18. Even though obviously the game I bet is over on. He shoots the ball 3 times. But hey, Seth Curry was sensational off the bench, 29 points. 7 of them from the 3-point line. They still need to trade Joe Harris's ass, but we'll see what happens with him. Seth Curry getting back into the groove of things. If they just have Seth who will shoot the lights out and no Joe Harris, and they replace Joe Harris's minutes with some defender, some wing defender or a guard defender, they are in a much better shape than we would, most of us probably think even. Shout out to the Nets for a good win. Next up, we go to Minnesota as the Warriors obliterate the Timberwolves and are now finally over 500. This was just a blowout from the start. The TWolves made it a little close. They got it back to 10 in the fourth, but then Clay put it away completely. This was just a complete domination. Kevin Looney was sensational in 22 minutes. Steph was not sensational, but he was still really good. Didn't shoot the ball as well. Today, Clay, sensational. Wiggins, sensational. Draymond Green maybe had his best regular season game since 2019, I suppose. I don't know when he had this good of a game in the regular season. He had 19 points, 11 assists, 2 blocks, 6 of 7 from the field. He even made a 3-pointer again, and the shot looks good. Another promising sign, Jordan Poole got attacked. He challenged Rudy Gobert. He was successful with it even. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists off the bench in 26 minutes. And what you just want to see. Jonathan Kuminga was sensational in his minutes, 7, 6, 2 blocks. And he did what Steve Kerr is asking of him. And as long as he keeps improving on this, and this is like a, this is his... this is his floor somewhere, something that if he plays like this and keeps improving on this, it's gonna be scary hours. For the TWolves, it's just nasty. If this thing works, actually, I don't know, but the small ball lineups are just gonna kill him. Rudy Gobert was looking like a fool out there. Karl Anthony Towns was looking like a fool out there. Edwards, even though he got it going a little bit later, he still didn't play that well. D'Angelo Russell is just inefficient. 14 shots from him. He just shouldn't shoot that many shots, honestly. He should be like 12 to 13 shots. The shot distribution is weird. The dynamic is weird. The defense is not even that good, especially against someone like, small ball Warriors. I don't know what to think of the TWolves, but I expected a lot more from this team, and it's looking really bleak right now. Next up, we have Ivica Zubac turning into prime Shaq as the Clippers beat the Pacers. in the blowout. This was just a nasty game from the Pacers. They were on the road after a long time. They're playing undermanned Clippers team and they just didn't play well at all. Buddy Hield was 3 of 14. Miles Turner, after playing sensationally, he had just 9 points, 3 of 9. Tyrese was just 6 of 16. Bennett Mathurin just 4 of 11. It was an ugly game for the Pacers. They were basically out of the game for most of the game. They never even made it look like it can, they can come back. It's nasty. I was expecting a lot more from this game from them, but what can I do? The Clippers were just better with Ivica Zubac having 31 points, 29 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Fouls out. Incredible, man. I don't know. Just insane. And no one else really played that well. John Wall was solid 10 and 8. Nicolas Batum had his moments. Moses Brown had his moments. Norman Powell shot 19 times at just 19 points. Marcus Morris at 13. It was not that like anyone else played really that well. It was just Ivica Zubac being the best center in the league. I don't know. Clippers win, man. Next up, we have the Heat winning in Atlanta, as Atlanta has been a little off. The Heat are picking the Heat up and are now 10 and 11. And the story of the game and the story of these last 4 to 5 games has been Bam Adebayo, who's looking like an all-NBA player. He's playing aggressively, he's taking shots he should be, he's using advantage of his skill. He had 32 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 13 of 20 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He attacked, he used mismatches, he's shooting better from that push shot he does. He had some really good shooters these last couple of games also. This is what you want from Bam, and if he keeps this up, not like 32 and 8, but if he's about 25 and 7, then the Miami Heat ceiling, if they are somehow healthy ever, it would be something maybe. Caleb Martin has been great this winning streak for the Heat, 29 and 4. He had 8 of 12. Max Strus at least shot the ball better than these last games. Tyler Hero continues to struggle in his return, but he had a triple-double. He had 11, 11, and 10. So good win from the Heat and the Hawks. I don't know what to think of the Hawks. Trae Young struggled, 22 and 14. I know that doesn't sound like a struggle, but 4 of 16 from the field, and overall it was just not that good. DeJounte Murray has had a lot of rough games throughout these last 2 weeks. And the offense is just weird. It's just too much ISO, too much reliance on Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. They have high usage rates and it's just too much. A lot of people are asking for Nate McMillan's head, and they might be right, because there's nothing imaginative from the offense. With this roster where you have a lot of talent and a lot of interesting pieces that fit together, it feels like. And it's just nasty a little bit. We'll see if the Hawks, make something like that happen. Obviously, if they are going to be skimming and are not going to be up there atop the conference and going to be looking like this, maybe. But I don't know. Shout out to John Collins for winning me the fantasy game, though. Shout out to him. Next up, we have the Celtics. Just being the Celtics, they destroyed the Wizards, even though it was, just a 9-point victory. They were just blowing the Wizards out, as they are every team almost. They are just incredible, even without Jason Tatum. The Wizards at least fought back a little bit. They made it look like it was a closer game than it was. They just couldn't stop Boston's offense at all. They couldn't defend them for their dear life. Their offense was looking at least a little solid, but it was ugly loss for them. They've been losing also. They are now on a 3-game losing streak, if I'm not wrong. They are now 11-11, I think. Could be better, could be worse. I think the Wizards are right where they should be. The Celtics are incredible. Jaylen Brown, 36, 5, and 2 today, as he picked up the slack with, Tatum missing to this game. Malcolm Brogdon had 17, 6, and 4 off the bench. Marcus Smart had 14, 4, and 7. Derek White had 15. Al Horford had 14. Sam Hauser had 14, how many weapons? Luke Cornet had 12, man. They're playing incredible, their offense is insane. The defense is not as good as last year, but I feel like it has to do with the offense being this great and this fast pace that the defense just can't be, number one right now. With the offense being this good. They're still really good on defense. They're incredible. Can't wait when the Warriors play them soon, actually. It's gonna be interesting to see that. The finals revenge. We'll see. Next up, we have the Cavaliers winning in Detroit as they beat the Pistons and are now 13-7. And this was the Evan Mobley versus Marvin Bagley game that I never thought I would see, as Evan Mobley was being attacked by Marvin Bagley, and Marvin Bagley actually got the better of him a lot of the time, it felt like. And Evan Mobley didn't hold back, and he also got a lot of better of better. What the hell did I just say? Better of Marvin Bagley. He had 20 and 13. Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell both struggled from the field, but at least they closed it out. Got to the free throw line. 32 points for Mitchell, 19 and 10 for the Garland. They won. That all that matters. The bench was great today. They got just what they needed from the bench today with Cherry Osman, Isaac Okoro-Alnero, and Mamadi Diakite all contributing really solid from the bench, and that's what they need. Still missing Levert, still missing Glove, and they find a way to win against the Pistons, who have been pretty good recently, even though they were missing Bogdan Bogdanovic, and this is by no means that impressive of a win. Still a win, still counts in the standings. Alec Burks was great, Killian Hayes had a great, Sadiq Bey was back, he's, was on the trade rumor, we'll see what happens with him. Shout out to Detroit for still competing. Next up, we have the Grizzlies winning in Madison Square Garden against the Knicks, as Ja Morant had a triple-double, and it really feels like the Knicks are gonna allow everyone's best game or career highs in every game they play in Madison Square Garden, because the defense is looking really bad. It was a back and forth game, tight game, but it's like, come on, man, the Thibedeau defense, and it's looking horrible. I don't know what the hell's going on. They're not doing their job. I believe they should have fired him a year ago, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. I would just give a random young coach a chance to, work with these guys, because I don't think their ceiling is anywhere anyway, and Tom Thibedeau doesn't give you anything really, right? So maybe I'm just hating. Ja Morant, 27 at 10 and 14, 9 of 20, he was great. Dylan Brooks was great, 23, 5 and 4 in the Canadian battle with RJ Barrett. Jaren Jackson had 21, 5 and 1 steal, he was solid. And, well, everyone in the starting lineup was great. The bench was solid, they just feasted, won anything they wanted from the Knicks. But, their defense is also not that great, the Grizzlies right now, but with Jaren coming back, I believe it will just keep continually improving, and they were in a shootout in Madison Square Garden, so does it really matter? Jalen Brunson at 35 and 9, he's been solid, but Julius Randle 14, 10 and 9, I guess, I just can't stay to watch him play. RJ Barrett 22, 7 and 4, that's something you like. Hopefully he keeps building on from these performances. The bench was okay, Cam Reddish was great. Off the bench in his 23 minutes he was really good. But the Knicks are just a rough bunch. A rough bunch, as I've been saying. Rough bunch. Next up we have the Sixers taking advantage of their schedule. Even without their 3 stars, they are destroying the Magic as they blow them out. Tobias Harris was sensational in this game, 25, 5 and 5, 2 steals, 1 block. Sensational play from him over these games without the 3 stars. Shake Milton, without the 3 stars, he's been one hell of a player. 29, 5 and 7, he's discovered something. I don't know what it is, but hopefully for the Sixers it stays there when the stars are back, because if they could, get another bench guard that's playing great, why not, right? Always better to have good players than not. DeAnthony Melton, 11, 3, 2 and 3 steals, 1 block. He was solid. The bench was solid again. Daniel House, 19 points. Paul Reed, 12 and 13. Furkan Korkmaz at 17. It was just great team performance against the Magic, who are struggling. Not putting this on Paolo, but since he's came back, they've been really struggling. It was a really rough game today from them. Paolo had 18, 1 and 1. Nothing special. 7 of 17. Bobo had 6, 4, 3. 2 steals, 2 blocks. Nothing special. Just a rough game for the Magic this was. And last but not least, we have the Bucks beating the Mavericks, as the Mavericks are now under 500. And I keep saying, over these last 3 games I made a video about the Mavs, so I don't even have anything much more to add to that, because everything I've said in this video still stands. The bench was a little better. JaVale McGee was, minus 10 in his 4 minutes, and he is owed like 10 million, so that's not good. Dorian Finney-Smith at least shot the ball a little better. There was no Reggie Bullock, so that's a good thing. But their defense was bad. Luka tried his best. Spencer tried his best offensively, but they just didn't have enough for the Bucks, who are just a much better team, right? Grayson Allen shot the lights out, 25 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, 7 of 8 from the 3-point line. Giannis, 80% from the free throw line, 11 of 19 from the field, 30, 11 and 4, 1 steal. Jrue Holiday had 16 and 6, Bobby Portis 15 and 10 off the bench, he was really solid. Javon Carter 14 and 6. Just the Bucks are just on a different level to the Mavs. They proved it today. They essentially blew them out. The Mavs only, made it look a little competitive in the fourth quarter, like that it wasn't like a 20-point blowout, right? But it doesn't really matter. And that does it. That does it today. Good games, fun games, some weird, interesting stuff, especially Ivica Zubac. That was way weird and incredible. Tonight we have cool games, Hawks, Sixers, even though, like I keep saying, no 3 stars for the Sixers. Still, I believe the Hawks need to win this game. If they lose this game, then it's gonna be real talk there. TWolves Wizards should be a fun mid-off. Cavs Raptors should be fun. Bulls Jazz could be fun. Suns Kings will be fun. I can't wait to watch that. And Lakers Pacers might be cool. Might be, we'll see. But some cool games. I'll be here to report them all as always. You already know, baby. Like and subscribe. See you all tomorrow.